Okay, today is Wednesday, March 13th, and we're going to be talking about how to create content for posting to our social media platforms, because I know I personally have been going through kind of a writer's block, or like a rut of not knowing what to post on what days, or just feeling like I have nothing to share. And I know that for new coaches especially, that can be like a huge kind of scary thing to jump into or know what to say. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, but first I want everyone to have a notebook or a big, like a piece of paper, just blank, and a pen to take notes later on. But we're going to be creating brainstorming webs to help us figure out what our specific story is, to create content for different aspects of our life. So we'll get there, but at least have a landscape piece of paper so that we can work on that here in a couple minutes. So I'll share my screen. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do this like this. That's fine. Okay, so first and foremost, we need to be storytellers. And right off the bat, a couple things to not do is to kind of just be peddling or pushing product or program names or Shakeology or beach bars. We don't want to be those people who you can like basically go to any other MLM distributor and go to their profile and see pictures of like keto coffee or it works, whatever, and they are like blasting this product name all over their page, and it's really unattractive, and that's not something that we want to do. And especially even in our Instagram stories, when we're sharing about our shake, about Shakeology or Energize, notice how I never say Energize when I'm talking about my morning go-go juice or my magic juice or the yellow juice. I'm coming up with a creative name for it to create curiosity marketing. I'm telling them about it. I'm telling them what it is and what it does for me, but I'm not giving them the brand name so that it creates curiosity and that they come to me asking, hey, what are you drinking? Hey, what's the pre-workout that you use? Where do you get your pre-workout? I get a lot of questions about my yellow go-go juice because I either am showing it every single day or they see me scooping it every single day. So I'm creating curiosity without just, grabbing my Shakeology bottle that says Shakeology on the side. Trust me, when I first started coaching, like I was doing stuff like that. And people would see, oh, she's drinking Shakeology, they'd go to Google and they'd type in Shakeology and they would just buy it by themselves. So we want to not put the product name right out there so that they come to us. So use curiosity marketing, and we're not pushing product on them. We want to be sharing a solution for them. So again, when I was a new coach, I was saying things like today's workout is from P90X, Triometrics, and I was just talking all about the program. And it's good to talk about parts of the program and why the program's awesome, but really we need to find people's pain points, and so that we can share the solution to their pain points. And I'll get there in a second to kind of explain that a little bit deeper. So before we jump into all of that and jump into kind of finding our story and sharing our pain points and sharing a solution, I did recently find out this week, this is a major side note, I should have just started with this, but Another thing that everyone is, new coaches especially, are looking to have pretty pictures, right? And how to take a good picture and how to make my profile look pretty. I have recently downloaded the Lightroom app to my phone. It's part of the Adobe company. It's called Lightroom. It's free. Download that to your phone. And then on Etsy, you can go to the internet, go to Etsy, and type in Lightroom presets. And there's so many different beautiful presets for like $4, $5, like cheap presets. And so literally I've been seeing two of my friends use these new presets that are not orange. I feel like 5 months ago, everyone was buying Alexa Jean presets and everyone on Instagram was orange. And I hated that. I'm like, okay, presets are terrible because everyone's orange. So anyway, go to Etsy. There's a lot of really beautiful different types of presets, and you can get it for $4 to $5. Download it to your phone, and your whole profile will look beautiful, and it'll save you lots of time when it comes to editing your photos. So I recently just figured that out this week, and I'm super excited about it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, back on track. Okay, so the whole point to creating content for our Instagram is to connect with people so that they can relate to our story. And so how do we do that? We have to first find our story. So this is where the whole brainstorming web comes in, and the struggle web. So we have to go beyond surface level with people in order to connect with them. So we can't just be somebody who is posting a picture with a quote, like every day sharing a quote. We have to go beyond surface level so that we can be sharing our specific journeys, what we're struggling with, what we're learning with people, so that they can relate to us in some sort of way, so that we can make that connection, build the trust there, and eventually have them join in on our challenge groups or our coaching team. So if we look at our web here, we start with the very center circle is you. It could be your name. And these are the 4 main points I came up with. You could maybe put family in one of these. But these are the 4 main ones that I used. So I've got 4 bubbles branching off of my life. I've got professional, I've got financial, physical, and nutrition. So I kind of want everybody to draw those 4 bubbles. If you can think of another big, I mean, like you could maybe put family in there, but I haven't quite connected family yet. You could make room for family if you'd like. So there's kind of like the 4 main categories to sharing our story right there. So I've got that all drawn out here. And then the next step I have is, off of each of those bubbles, I'm thinking of a struggle or an issue that I had with my own story in each of those categories. So if I'm looking at professional, and I'm relating this back to, coaching in general, because that's what we're sharing about. I'm thinking, okay, one of my struggles was I hated my desk job. I was tied down to my desk. My office didn't have windows. I had minimal vacation. So that's another thing from professional, is minimal vacation. It was stressful. So I'm thinking about what I didn't like or what I was struggling with based on my professional job. So if that was a category for you, like what was stressful for you about having that job? And maybe your job's awesome and you love your job, but you could maybe still think about ways where this is something that I struggled with before coaching, and ever since coaching, it's become better because A, B, C, D, but we'll get there. So that's an example off of professional. Physical, I'll go over to my physical bubble, and I'm thinking, okay, body image. I was not happy with how I was 15 pounds overweight. So I put body image, and then I put I was another stripe away from physical was lazy gym routine. I'll just show you guys this. Where am I? Physical's right here. I have lazy gym routine, body image, and no guide or plan. So I played sports my whole life. I had a coach telling me what to do, making me run sprints. I never had to think about what I wanted to do for a workout. And when that coach was gone, I got to the gym, but my gym routine was lazy. There was no guidance. So that was my struggle physically. And so I have these different areas, these different branches of where I struggled in this area of my life. And then so right now we're just kind of figuring out these green bubbles right now. What are these struggles from each of these areas? With nutrition, my specific struggles were binge eating, sugar addiction, and potlucks. I like to talk about potlucks because potlucks were literally the danger zone for me. Because I struggled with binge eating, I would go back for like thirds and fourths, and I would literally sneak as many cookies or half cookies or whatever, take cookies to go. Because I didn't keep that kind of stuff in my house, I would take advantage of potlucks. And so anyway, that was like one of my pain points revolving around nutrition, binge eating, sugar addiction. And then the last one for financial, I have things like student loans, one income household, date night budgets were really tight. We could never really go to dinner and a movie. We always had to pick one. And then thinking ahead to, I want to be a stay-at-home mom someday. I want to be a stay-at-home mom before my husband has completed residency, like 5-6 years from now. And if I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I need to have an income of some sort. So those were pain points I had around this financial area of my life. So once you kind of have these different pain points written out in the green bubbles, and you can use highlighters, you can use colored pencils, whatever, but I want you to kind of create your own pain points around, these are just ideas, 4 different ideas that revolve around your life. So take a minute to do that. What pain points do you have physically? Do you struggle with body image? You could even I heard some girl talk about how one of her pain points were she always didn't like her thunder thighs. So she would literally like create a post about how she, maybe someone called her thunder thighs in high school and that like stuck with her and that was something she was insecure about. And so she would share that part of her story in an Instagram post, and that would be a pain point that other people could connect with and relate with, and eventually just connect with her in that way from that post. So that's the whole idea of struggle. And then we want to kind of take the next step, one more branch out, and type out or write out solutions to each of these problems. So in each of our posts, when we're telling these stories, we are wanting to pick one of these areas. Like maybe it's a Monday or a Tuesday. And you're like, I don't know what to post about today. So I'm going to go to my struggle web. I'm going to go to my brainstorming web. I'm like, oh, I haven't talked about how I used to struggle with coming up with my own workouts in a while. So I'm gonna tell that story today. So I look at my green bubble and I tell the story about how I was lost. I was wasting time at the gym. I was scrolling my phone. I was not seeing the results I wanted to. And then I tell the solution. I talk about how I came across this girl who was talking about online accountability groups. She had amazing results. She was using these online fitness programs that came with a workout calendar, a virtual personal trainer, and that kind of thing. So if I'm looking at my physical branch, one of my struggles was lazy gym routine. My solution off of that was program access with accountability. If I'm looking at my body image struggle, my solutions to the body image struggle was when I started these programs, when I found accountability in these groups, I found confidence. I lost 15 pounds. I finally leaned out what I was looking for when I was doing CrossFit for 2 years and struggling with binge eating. I was bulking up and I was sure I was strong and sure I was working out for an hour a day, but I was not seeing the results that I wanted. So I struggled with body image, but once I started these programs and started following this nutrition guideline with accountability, I found confidence and I dropped 15 pounds. I finally got the lean muscle tone that I was looking for. So those are kind of the solution around body image. And then one more example would be when I had no guidance and no plan. These workouts obviously come with, I like to talk about how they come with a virtual trainer who literally takes me through every single workout, every single program, every single rep. A lot of the time they're counting my reps for me. And it comes with a workout calendar. So I never have to think about what workout I'm going to do on what day. I never have to show up at the gym and be like, okay, what do I want to do? Am I going to go to the treadmills or am I going to go to the dumbbells? That kind of thing. So those are parts of my story. And when I can share those parts of my story, because I work out from a gym still, there's a lot of people that follow me work out at a gym. And so, well, it's kind of 50-50. I'd say half of the girls in my challenge group work out at home and the other half of them work out at some sort of gym because your vibe attracts your tribe. And I like to talk a lot about, if you watch my Instagram stories, I'm doing my sample moves most of the time in a gym. I talk about how I have a virtual personal trainer in my headphones. He is walking me through every workout. I never have to think about what I want to do in the gym. I am seeing results because I am following a program, because I am following a plan. And I didn't have to pay for a personal trainer. It's so much cheaper. So you kind of get the idea of, so all these different green bubbles, these are all different posting ideas that we can grab from on a random day when we feel like, I don't know what to post about. You can come back to this web and be like, you know what, I haven't talked about the coaching opportunity in a while, so maybe I'll go to my professional leg or my financial leg, and I'll talk about how vacation days, when I know not everyone can apply to this right now because maybe you're a part-time coach, but for me specifically, I had minimal vacation days and I had minimal sick days, and I didn't feel free. I felt like very confined. I had to answer to a boss, whatever. And now, since I've started coaching, since I took the leap of faith, I now was able to go on a 15-day Christmas break vacation with my family. I was gone for 15 days. and that was just over Christmas. That is a story that I can pull from my web, and I can share that story, connect with somebody who probably hates their job too. Maybe they have like no vacation days because they just got a new job and they feel trapped. And so they'll be able to connect with my story and be like, yeah, it does suck to have minimal vacation days. And it does kind of suck to have to answer to a boss all the time. So not everyone's going to relate to your story. Some people are going to love their jobs. This is not for everybody, but there are definitely people out there who are going to connect with these pain points, these green bubbles that can help you generate a story to connect with people. So I hope that kind of gets the point across. So for example, maybe like Shakeology. Maybe you feel like I'm having a really hard time selling Shakeology. Well, maybe it's because you're talking too much about the product. So find a story with why you like Shakeology, what it's done for you. For me specifically, when people ask me about my superfood shake, I say, you know, I really struggled with sugar addiction and having a sweet tooth. And ever since I started drinking the shake, it's really helped me curb that sweet tooth because it tastes amazing. And there's a lot of different ways that I can make it taste good. And not only is it a protein shake, but it's also a vitamin supplement. So when I suck, on days when I suck at eating my vegetables and having a balanced diet, if I drink my shake, I know that I'm guaranteed to be putting the correct nutrients I need in my body on a daily basis. And it's regulated my digestive system. So those are like the two things I always say is it helped me regulate my digestive system and it helped curb my sweet tooth. So I can tell a story based on, I used to have, my sister specifically had terrible stomach problems for years and years, terrible digestive issues for years and years. And when she tried Shakeology, she finally became regular for the first time in years. So she was like, I would pay $200 a bag for this stuff because for the first time in my life, I am regular and no longer have to go to the doctor because of this issue. And so it's a story. Tell your story. Tell why it's benefited you. Share the solution that people are looking for. They're not looking for a product. They're looking for a solution. So if we can share the solution, it'll help them kind of grasp the whole idea behind our products or programs. So, okay, so does that make sense? Is that helpful to like have something like this that we can, I mean, you can make this into a big poster and you can put this above wherever your desk, if you have a desk, you can literally just look at this every day, be like, I haven't talked about coaching yet this week. I'm going to pick one of these stories. I haven't talked about my fitness journey this week. I'm going to pick one of these stories. I think this is just a really good reference sheet for all of us to have. I just made this today and I'm really excited about it. So hopefully you guys can have something like this to reference and that'll help you guys as well. Okay, so that gives you ideas for content on captions to share with how to connect with people. And now I wanted to talk a little bit about formulating that caption. So the formula is hook, question, story, invite. So yesterday, my post literally had nothing to do with health and fitness. It was about like my outfit, my pregnancy outfit. So I was hooking people. You know, when you're scrolling through social media, you don't see the whole caption right away. You only see like the first sentence. And if that sentence isn't hooking people in to click the more button, then they're just going to scroll right by and not see the rest of the caption, right? So we want to hook people in with that first sentence. We want to ask a question to encourage people to engage, to either swipe through the photos or to like it or to comment to answer the question. So let's see if I can blow this up a little bit. Okay, so my caption was, I started with a hook by saying, still trying to figure out the whole bump style thing over here. Is this even cute or no? Doesn't matter. My belly was cold after 5 minutes anyway, so the flannel tie came down. Haha. So that hooks people in and it asks them a question about, is this cute or is this not cute? I had people respond to the comments below saying, yeah, it's totally cute, whatever. So I'm getting engagement on a post. And then once I've hooked them, I ask them the question, I now go into a story. So I'm standing by my office desk in this photo, and I start talking about how I've been counting my blessings today as I sit here working from home. 2 years ago, I was first contemplating becoming a coach. The idea was scary to me, but exciting. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to keep up with my healthy lifestyle since I struggled with binge eating for so long. And I was afraid to share my story on social media, since we all like to stay in our little comfort zones. Although I had fear, I also had excitement. What if coaching was the key to helping me keep my healthy lifestyle going? What if sharing my story could inspire the lives of other women in my shoes? What if this could financially provide for us in a way to let me stay home with my future babies? Well, guess what? All of those three things came true. So I'm telling my story here. And then this was kind of a passive invitation. It wasn't straight up. I should have been brave and straight up invited. But I basically kind of made people think a little bit about maybe relating to my story about coaching. But what is fear holding you back from today? What's really the worst thing that could happen? So I kind of was vague here, and I was a little bit indirect, and it wasn't a solid invite. So maybe next time I can make sure I have my hook, make sure I have my question, and then make sure that my story is a little bit smoother into asking for that invite. So every single post doesn't have to be a direct invite, but I would say, 80% of the time we need to be posting with a purpose and giving value in some way. So giving value as in, sharing our pain points and our solutions and our stories, but also some days we can't always be asking for the sale in every single post. It's the whole idea of, I don't know if you guys have heard the phrase, I think it's jab, 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 left hook. So you can take, and what that means basically is give, 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 ask. So before we go and ask for the sale, we're giving value. We're maybe showing sample moves. We are giving motivation. We are giving people an sample move workouts to try, and then we're asking for the invite. We're asking them to join. So give, 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 then ask. So you don't have to straight up invite on every single post, but we want to be adding value in some way. So in general, we want a majority of our posts to have this type of formula. Hook them in with something funny, clever, ask a question to get them to engage with your post, tell your story, and then invite at the end. Specifically, if you're straight up about to run a challenge group, we want to be intentional about inviting people to join in on our online boot camp, or to join in on this coaching sneak peek that my team is going to be running next week. So definitely are times to have that intentional invite at the end. I would say at least once a week we should be inviting to challenge groups, and at least once a week inviting to coaching or sharing something positive about coaching that it has done for us. So hopefully that formula is helpful for you guys. And then I also thought it would be helpful to kind of give you guys an idea of what types of things to post on what days. So Sundays, think about what your weekends look like. What do most people's weekends look like? Well, treat meals, drinking. People usually will get to Sunday night and feel bloated. Maybe they over-treated. Maybe they're like, oh, I'm feeling sluggish, so I should start a diet on Monday type idea, right? So Sunday nights would be a great time to start sharing transformations on your Instagram stories you could always share my transformation, your transformation, challenges in your group, or if you don't have straight up picture transformations, you could share little comments that your challengers have made in your groups about, I'm down 2 pounds today, or sharing a non-scale victory. You can screenshot that, hide their name, and share that on your Instagram stories to show people this is what we do on a weekly basis. People are finding results in our challenge groups, and you can share that kind of stuff on a Sunday night to inspire the people who are like, I need to start a diet on Monday. So share those types of things on a Sunday night. You can write one of those caption formula or make a public post on your profile that publicly invites people. So by sharing your story, sharing your pain points and that kind of thing. So that's kind of a great time to share, to publicly invite people to your challenge group, would be Sunday nights. Mondays, I usually try and do some sort of Monday motivation type thing. This could be coach related or challenge group related. Talk about pursuing discipline over motivation. That's the kind of stuff I like to post on Mondays. Tuesdays are awesome for Transformation Tuesdays. I feel like I always used to get a couple new followers on Tuesdays when I chose to share my transformation photo and hashtag transformation photo, hashtag before and after, hashtag weight loss transformation, whatever. So, or you could share like a Truth Tuesday, things that you're struggling with. Maybe you've been struggling with your nutrition and you're learning something with that. That would be a great thing to share on a Tuesday. Wednesdays, I'm going to try and start getting more in a groove of sharing some workout videos. I used to make these really cool workout videos with the Flipagram app, and Flipagram like remodeled itself and no longer does what it used to do. And now I'm like at a loss. I've tried like so many different apps and I just don't like any of them. But anyway, I'm going to try and share more of those on Workout Wednesdays. Or if you guys have, okay, both you, Kaylee and Brooke, have the cutest sample moves where your kids are like running around or they're crawling all over you. Oh my gosh, people love seeing that stuff. And so don't just save those to your stories. Like take that stuff and put it on your public profile, because that grabs people's attention. It grabs my attention. I don't even have kids. People look at that and they're like, goals. So that would be awesome if you have kids. Take advantage of that. Okay, and then Thursdays, you can do Throwback Thursday. Again, this would be another great time to share transformation or to talk. And it doesn't even have to be a physical transformation. It could be like a mental transformation, how my mindset has changed so much since starting these programs, since becoming a coach, whatever. Fridays, I usually keep Fridays pretty casual. You could do Flex Friday. You could do a picture of your devotional, a picture of your treat meal, a picture with you and your significant other, or date night. I usually like to keep Fridays pretty casual. And if you are going to make a post on a Friday or a Saturday, I would try and do it first thing in the morning, because traction on a Friday night and traction on a Saturday afternoon and Saturday night are very low. Like you could post an awesome whatever on a 2 o'clock on a Saturday and get half the amount of likes, because people are busy. People are out running around, enjoying their Saturday. So if you're going to post on a Friday or a Saturday, try and be intentional to have that ready first thing in the morning. Okay. And like keep it casual. Like if I do post on a Saturday afternoon, it's just like out shopping with friends today. Do you like my outfit? Like just keep it casual. Like not everything has to be thought-provoking. Okay, and last thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll open it up for questions, is hashtags. Everyone should be using hashtags, and I've recently learned to maybe integrate 3 to 5 throughout my caption and then put the rest of my hashtags in the comments below. So and it helps your post look not as spammy. and if you can use 20 to 30, just save them and put them in your notes app so that you don't have to retype them every single day. But if you can have like 2 to 3 different types of hashtags, like I have one that's all about pregnancy and bump style and bump fashion and all things pregnancy, and then I have one that's like kind of random, like fitness stuff or fit girl or Minnesota girl or brunette vibes or high school sweetheart, like whatever. It takes time to type all of those out. So if you can just type them out one time, copy and paste them so that you can always have them ready to go to just pop them in the comments below between from one of your posts. Okay, I talked forever, but I think we have a couple minutes to talk about questions for the first time ever. So was that helpful? You can unmute yourselves. We can just chat.
I thought it was helpful. I'm sorry I'm late, guys, by the way. Work just
You're good.
What, can you just go back to, so when you do Wednesdays, you said workout Wednesday? Yeah, like workout videos.
Uh-huh.
So how are those, this might be, how are those different from like your, just like, you know, your story workout? You know, like when you share like the 3 or 4 workouts that you liked, how is that post on Wednesday different from those?
If I'm going to post a workout video to my page, usually I will only share like 1 or 2 clips in my stories and then save the rest of them to edit for my profile.
Okay.
Or you can always be like, share a sweaty selfie in your stories and be like, check my profile for sample moves today.
Okay, cool. That's I like that.
Hey, I did wanted to add too, I use this app and it's called Unum. It's UNUM. And it helps me, I haven't been very good about it lately, but it helps me kind of lay out what pictures I want to use and where they're going to go. It's like a grid style. And then it also, you can like click on the one that you're going to post, put your caption in there that you want to use. And then it has this like, sorry, my baby's crying. It has this little space where you can put hashtags in there and you can do different groups of hashtags and it saves it for you. Okay. So it might take a little bit of time to kind of get used to it. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but I really like it. So.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to run out of time here. Everybody wave. We're going to do a quick boomerang. Bitches! Great. Okay, thanks for being on tonight. I really need to talk faster so we can have more time to chat at the end of these things. But thanks for being on. It means a lot. And I hope that was helpful. And I will post the recording tomorrow. All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.